The Turnotron flickers. The red, white, and blue lights of World Championship Wrestling glow over a new era. September 1992, when WCW stood tall and proud as wrestling's last bastion of sport, sweat, and Southern thunder. This isn't cartoon wrestling. This is the heavy, breathing heartbeat of the Mat Wars, and WCW Magazine Vol. 2 Number 9 captures it in glossy, blood-slicked detail. It begins with the editor's note. "Thanks a lot, Paul E." A smirk from the staff to the man who made headlines without stepping in the ring. Paul E. Dangerously, manager, manipulator, chaos incarnate. His fingerprints are on everything this month, and the editorial team knows it. The late-breaking news section hits first, exploding like pyro at center stage. A new authority has taken the reins, Cowboy Bill Watts. His mission, bring order, restore tradition, and end the games. Pads removed from ringside rails, top rope moves outlawed, fines and suspensions flying like headlocks. Ole Anderson is named head referee to ensure rules aren't broken and wrestlers are put on notice. This is wrestling, not a circus. Then it's Fan Jam, letters from the diehards, handwritten storms of opinion. One reader hails Cactus Jack as the future of violence, another pleads for a Sting title run. There's heat for Medusa, praise for Ron Simmons, and one fan swears Larry Zbyszko deserves a medal for leaving the Dangerous Alliance. The fans speak and WCW listens, because in 1992, the fans were the pulse. The front row ringside section delivers the quick jabs, body English with Jesse the Body Ventura, dripping sarcasm and swagger, superstar stat pack with weight, height, and fury broken down by the ounce, and Gordon Soley remembers, where the dean of wrestling journalism reflects on Harley Race and Terry Funk trading blood for respect. Add Who Am I, Have You Heard, Missy's View, and Down with DDP, and it's a magazine within a magazine. The gossip, the grit, the humor, and the heartbreak that defined the WCW locker room. Next comes the Ross Report, where Jim Ross plays the straight shooter. No gimmicks, no bull. He praises Ron Simmons for his drive, warns Terry Gordy and Dr. Death that the Steiners won't bow down, and teases that Arn Anderson might finally step out of the shadow of the Dangerous Alliance. The enforcer, he says, was born to stand alone. Truer words never written. Tony Schiavone Talks is a personal reflection, not from the desk, but from the heart. Tony dives into Nikita Koloff's transformation, from the Russian nightmare to the man who found redemption through integrity. Koloff refused to join Paul E. 's alliance and paid the price, fists, fury, and exile. But Schiavone calls him the soul of WCW, the proof that even in a world of villains, honor still has a place. Then it's Hear Me Out, and the enforcer himself speaks. Arn Anderson's words hit like elbows to the jaw. He doesn't dodge blame, he buries it. Larry Zbyszko, a liar and a coward. Paul E., a leech on greatness. Arn promises he's done carrying dead weight. No tag partners, no alliances, no politics. The only ally I've ever needed, he says, is that 3 count. The feature ends with a stare-down photo, Arn's eyes cold, his fists clenched, a man reborn. Between the columns comes the breather, Championship Challenge, a puzzle that tests fans' knowledge of champions past and present, followed by 10 questions for Medusa. It's one of the magazine's boldest interviews. Medusa talking openly about her role in the Dangerous Alliance, her clashes with Missy Hyatt, her background in kickboxing, and her thoughts on cheesecake photo shoots. She laughs them off. "I'd rather break bones than pose," she says, and for once the beauty and the fighter blend perfectly on the printed page. The power-packed section lands next. Superstars' super moves, diagrams, photos, and warnings in bold red letters. Do not try these at home. Rick Rude's Rude Awakening neckbreaker, the Steiner screwdriver, Sting's Stinger Splash, illustrated precision paired with late 80s comic book graphics. Every move a weapon, every page a battlefield manual. And then it happens. Rick Rude versus Nikita Koloff, who will get burned in the summer's hottest feud. The feature everyone was talking about. When Paul E. tried to recruit Koloff and Nikita refused, it sparked an inferno. The Russian nightmare became the moral backbone of WCW, and Rude, the ultimate American egotist, took it personally. The photos are electric, Rude flexing, Koloff grimacing, Medusa screaming at ringside. The article predicts a war for pride, for revenge, and for the soul of the company. When these two collide, it warns, the heat won't stop until one man's heart goes cold. From there, The issue hits its bloody centerpiece. Exclusive coverage, Wrestle War 92. From the opening bell to the closing cage, this spread covers it all. The War Games match that left the Dangerous Alliance in ruins, the blood on the mat, the steel bending under the weight of chaos. Cactus Jack's madness, Sting's courage, Austin's arrogance, Steamboat's grace, every photo screams motion. You don't read it, you relive it. And then comes the revelation. Larry's Bishko reveals dangerous secrets. The Cruncher speaks. He details the fall of the Alliance, Paulie's manipulations, the backstage betrayals, and his own decision to walk away. They thought they were untouchables, Bishko says, but you can't cheat the truth. He calls Rick Rude a narcissist with abs, Steve Austin a kid with too much mouth, and Paul E. a genius with no conscience. The interview reads like a confession and a threat. The Dangerous Alliance is finished, but the danger isn't. Then the Third Degree with Rick and Scott Steiner. The brothers unload on Bill Watts' new rulebook, their feud with Gordy and Dr. Death, and their plan to stay on top. We don't just win matches, Scott says, we redefine them. Rick barks in the background, half joke, half warning. They talk training, toughness, and loyalty. It's pure Steiner intensity, two powerhouses who could outfight gravity if they wanted to. The back section rolls out the regulars, out and about, with photos from Freebird Enterprises and Harley Race appearances. Championship Challenge returns with a cryptogram puzzle, then calendar and program guide maps every WCW show across the South, from Chattanooga to Chicago. The Danger Zone brings Paul E. back for one last laugh, reading fan mail with venomous wit. Dear Paul E., one letter says, "Why don't you manage nicer people?" His answer, "Because then I'd have to listen to you." Finally, the parting shot, the Z-Man mid-stride, sweat flying, motion captured like freedom itself. The caption reads simply, "Trade wins," a nod to the ever-changing WCW roster, to the business that never stops. Between the ads for WCW posters, pay-per-views, and the two-sided Missy Hyatt and Rick Rude centerfold, the magazine closes like a door slamming on an era. No fluff, no fantasy, just the raw truth of wrestling as it was meant to be. Loud, brutal, unpredictable, and real. This was September 1992. From the pages that bled, sweated, and shouted, the revolution was already here.